October 1st, new day of the month. How's that feeling for you?
Um, it's looking pretty good.
Is it good?
It's a full moon, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try and
Yes, you already knew.
yeah, we're gonna try,
You
write
the
some
vibes.
affirmations out, do that whole thing, but I'm
Awesome.
excited, every time, every month is really like a kind of reset in a way almost.
It is. It is. That's a great way to look at it, honestly. So
So
thank you for taking time to just chat with us. My name's Juliette, and I run the blog for Bask. And basically, we've just been creating a lot of cool content, and we're doing this for our new Atlanta series. So we're so excited I'm excited to just dive into this music because, boy, you got me. Like, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. But before we get to the music, all the good stuff, how would you describe East Atlanta to a New Yorker? So I'm in the Bronx right now, so the New York audience is here. We all here. We want to know. We want to know.
mm, I would say, from my perspective, like being a creative and stuff like that, um, being in East Atlanta is like it's a really creative kind of place. Like everybody, in my experience, people that I meet that are from like East Atlanta are like really creative, really humble and open and stuff like that. Like just kind of everybody's doing something, if that makes sense. Like
Okay, that's dope. So it's like a really moving, like just environment.
yeah,
Like
like it's
okay,
constantly beating. It's got its own like heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the city kind of creates something
okay,
and builds that vibration with everybody. So it's like it's always been really dope for me, like just to see so many people be so creative like that. It's been inspiring to me, like so.
okay, that's dope. Yeah, you need to get. It seems like you just your name, just from your name as an artist, like your environment and being from Atlanta has completely inspired and made you who you are. Your
Right.
music shaping you as an artist. So that's really dope. Dope. Okay. So I wanted to ask you a few questions about Proof, your latest single this year. I felt triggered. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let me not say that. But Proof is one of my favorite songs because I'm gonna tell you why. Because in Proof, I can hear your vocal range. Like you're given Sunday melodic, soulful. Like I'm here for it. And I want to ask you, like the song talks a lot about trust. So trusting your partner, needing proof from your partner. In today's generation, I feel like that's a big topic. I feel like no one trusts nobody. So what was the story behind Proof? Like was there like a story like in terms of a partner or trust? Like tell us like about that.
Well, it's really like it wasn't any person specifically. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm single, so like I've been trying to date and a little bit here and there, not too much, because I'm like super focused on like I don't want to do too much, but more than anything, what I like about dating is like the is building connections and stuff like that. Like
Uh-huh.
like and especially with people that you see yourself connecting with on
And
a
that takes
level.
courage. That takes courage.
Yeah, so like the main premise of the song, like you said, is about trust and stuff like that, and even deeper than that, not so much like trust between the two people, but like about you, like how much do you trust yourself to like be secure, like to hold somebody else's hearts in your hand. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like like I said, like show me something that's real. You know what I'm saying? Show me
Yeah.
that you could take care of something other than you, like. And that's where the whole like plant thing came in, because like I don't have much of a green thumb myself, but I
Yeah.
do have plants that I take care of. I try to, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
it was like just like that's a really simple way to show that you're able to sense another being's needs and like be able to like adjust and to make sense of that, and apply something to it to help or to fix it. So. that's really where it just kind of started from, like just like I said, just dating and stuff like that, and meeting people, and it was just always like,
Mhm.
especially now, like where you said like
Like a
people,
pattern or trend in people, just like from your dating experience. Okay.
yeah, like 'cause it like especially now, like people are like in this space where like, and even me sometimes, like if you do something wrong, you get cut off. Like everybody's like
You
no
see, I'm
negative.
triggered because like,
Everybody's on no negative energy, none of that, no nothing like.
yeah,
And I mean that's powerful in itself to be on that way,
yeah,
and that shows trust within yourself to say, all right,
of
if I
course.
cut this person off, I'll be fine. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So it kind of started off with like, okay, everybody's kind of in that space, like, oh, like I don't have to do too much to be, I could just move how I want to move. And it was like, all right, if you dating and you want to build a connection, you're gonna have to,
You have to put that effort in.
yeah, you got to show that you can
Yeah.
be trustworthy and like not just like, oh, I'm not gonna lie, but more so like keep your word in the situation. So it was just like it all came together, and I had like my guy Joel do like the guitar and stuff like that, and we just kind of
Yes, I
went
love
back and
that.
forth.
Like I love that you added like just those acoustic, like those instrumental sounds in the back, and I felt like there was just they were kind of like you just singing it like in the background of it. I feel like it reminded me kind of like of a choir. Like it sounded very angelic, and it
Yeah,
just
I think that's what I wanted to like. 'Cause that's one of the first times I did like an acoustic song, like where I really just was like, all right, I'm gonna just have guitar and like don't let nobody know. But I did try to get drums on it. I tried to do all that stuff, but it just was like, nah, it's taken away
yeah.
from.
No, it did. No, it was that's exactly. I feel like that would have definitely taken away from it.
That's what I want. That's what I wanted to do. Like, at the end of the day, like I just wanted it to be about the connection that you are building with somebody. Just kind of taking it serious. I was like, all right, I can't make this no like drummy thing, but yeah, having that guitar like it just kind of sitting in there with the vocals and stuff, it really just kind of came together. I'm so happy that like people responded to it so well.
Yeah. No,
I
it was.
was, I didn't
I
know, I
think
didn't know.
it's definitely like that single. It needs. I feel like it needs to be on every like new R&B playlist, Spotify, Apple. Like I'm like this is it.
Yeah,
But
that's what
I know we got so much more to talk about. So
yeah.
okay, so that was your single 2020. Last year you dropped. I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong. Atelier.
No,
Atelier.
you're right. That's right.
Okay, Atelier, which
Yeah,
is I love the project cover. Like I love that's
yeah.
you. That's you, right? Oh, you
Yeah, I was
flexing.
um, do a little something, try to, cause I had been working out a lot,
He's
just
like, I'm not gonna toot
you
my,
know,
my horn.
I'm gonna do a little something, so I'm glad that like it came out nice, cause I wanted to just be real chill and like just kind of tasteful, I guess, but
Okay.
it was fun. Like I loved making that project too, like
Yes.
not
Talk to me
just
about today because the moment you just from the first song, the tempo hits you, and it's like it's grooving. And then I saw a whole nother side to you. So I'm like, oh, he can rap and he's talking some real stuff on here. Like you talk a lot about resilience, which I
yeah.
really like. And what I also like is that you talk a lot about flaunting when you get to that place in your career.
Hmm.
And but it's different from like what we hear in the usual rappers is flaunting. Like it's different. It's like you're like this is my success and I'm a bask in it. Like I'm gonna own this, like no
Right.
matter what. And I want like, during these times during 2020 COVID, the world is crazy. As an artist, how have you remained resilient? Like how have you remained just like you're like I'm not gonna let all this bother me. I'm gonna keep going.
It's not easy, especially like
Yeah.
being because part of being a creative is like really being kind of empathic in a way. Like you have to be able to feel like emotions really genuinely and like be able to express them too. So in the way that things are right now, like especially like with
It's like day by
COVID,
day.
especially COVID, quarantine,
Yeah.
and then like, on top of that, the black experience is
Yeah.
like constantly like a lot of weight on your shoulders, you know what I'm saying? So like of course the most natural way for people to express that, especially creatives, is like to create. And that's what I've like really tried to do as much as I can, like try to just continue to to create, even in those moments where like things are down and negative and stuff like that. Like I personally, I won't like record when I'm down, like feeling negative and stuff.
Oh, when you're in your bag, that's not where you want to be.
But see, like what I do is like I'll write about it and I'll create other ways, like, but I won't like sit and record because I find I have a really like kind of I guess different connection with what I record as to what I write. Because when I record it, I feel like it's like, all right, this is exactly what it is.
Okay.
And for me, I try not to act off of emotion too much, you know what I'm saying? Because that's usually how you kind of lose the message that you're trying to create. So what I'll do is like if I'm down or if I'm feeling like really depressed and like in that stage, like where I know, oh damn, because in my mind I'm like, damn, this really could be a good song.
Yeah, like
Right? So I'll write it and I'll get the idea out.
yeah.
But like instead of me just like letting that just fly, I'll write it out, get my emotions out, and come back to it when I'm kind of in a level space and like really fine tune it and like make sure that the message that I was feeling is really coming across. It's kind of like and like I said, like it's not easy to continue to push as a creative when things like that are going on around you, but it's it's so much more fulfilling when you can come out of a negative experience with something to say, wow, this is where I was, and I made it out of that, and I made it out of that space,
Yeah.
and I had
That's
something.
so relatable to other people. Like I heard, like me hearing Florence. Okay, that's my favorite song on Atelier because that song bumps. Like so, yes, the Florence freestyle. Like when I'm hearing that, I feel like I want to show off my Italian. I want to show off my
Yeah,
like that.
that's what I wanted. I wanted for people to be like, yeah, like okay, because I know when I listen to music that like people are like flaunting what they got and like kind of stuff like that. Like I listen to it, I'm like, okay, I use it for manifestation. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's something that I want to experience. I want to see that. It's just like traveling. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people talk about all kind of stuff in their music, and it's like getting the chance to travel to where they at, where they, what they're describing and stuff like that. So for me, I'm using that song like as a really deep means of manifestation to be like, all right, like I know exactly what I want when I get to a certain place. This is exactly how I want it to be, how I want it to smell, how I want it to feel, you know what I mean? So and then having Michael Aristotle get on that song too, he really slid on that too. Like he definitely pulled that.
Yo, y'all, like, how was that working with him? Because the way y'all just vibe and killed that song, I feel like you could tell the true like artist connection, and that's not easy. That's not. It's not.
He heard it and like he immediately was like, all right, yeah, I definitely can do something with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not always like that. Like when you working with us, and I mean, especially with like, because me and Mikey, I feel like we have different styles and stuff like that. But me being a rapper as well as a singer, it helps me to like take that melodic thing and put it in there. And I know that he's really good with that kind of thing too. So he kind of sensed where I was going with it and it was able to like kind of piggyback off of that and do his own thing with it too. So it really came out like way better than I could have even imagined. It was like I just was like, yeah, like I gotta send it to him. I sent it out and like it wasn't even long before I got it back and I'm like, damn, like this is so crazy. It was hard.
No,
I was like, yeah,
the flow was definitely there. Like you could hear it. Like the way y'all working together was completely dope. Like so that track is amazing. All the tracks on that project is amazing. And I know that the main one that got you kind of like it's correct me if I'm wrong, like Notice, like Atlanta Weather, like that kind of got you like on the scene, like how was that as like your debut as an artist?
It was really like it was really interesting. Like that was my first like project that I put together. Like I had put singles out and stuff like that, and I had recorded and released music before, but I never like actually put together a project.
Was it scary?
It was. It's like that. Like it's a good kind of like a good kind of anxiety.
It's good nerves. Good nerves.
Yeah, you wanted to come out so bad, and you like, all right, I'm gonna make my mark. I'm about to do this, da da da, and like it was kind of surreal too, because I'm like, a lot of the songs that I used for that project,
Mm-hmm.
I have been recording them for like a while. Like some of the songs that are on there, like Kilo, which is
Okay.
I think the last song I recorded that like my first I think my first or second day in at school, like for audio engineering. Like I record like right when I got like my equipment and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I'm about to go and jump in.
Okay.
That was maybe like 2014, 2015. And
Wow.
I was like, yeah, like, and I remember recording that song, like, and I was like, damn, like, this is dope. Like, I felt different, you know what I'm saying? Like, because
Yeah.
things I was learning more about my music and shit. So, and then like mixing that with like just some of the other songs on it. Like I think one of my favorite songs that I,
Which song do you think is my favorite?
which one I think is yours? I'm gonna say it's probably Audemars.
Okay, that one, and then right after it is Daddy Lessons, because
Uh,
no, it is, it is.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Audemars is. I'm gonna tell you why, because that transition right there, like that transition is not easy one. So,
yeah.
like, you are talented as hell.
Audemars is one of my favorites, but yeah, Daddy
Yes.
Lessons. It's really funny because Daddy Lessons, like, I didn't expect people to like take to it, but like every time I go and look at like either like Apple Music and stuff like that, and I see like it'll show you the top songs and stuff like that. Like Daddy Lessons always comes back up, and it's like, dang, people
Audemars.
it's like, all right, y'all feeling the wave right now, y'all listening to this. So it's
No, Audemars is
but yeah,
great.
like creating that project was so much fun too. Like just doing the photo shoots and stuff like that. Just kind of going from there and having people sing along to stuff and like it was dope. Like I hadn't and that I think that's what made me kind of want to put more projects out. Just like that first one when you like thinking about it so much, you get like caught in your head and like, oh no. But once it comes out, you're like, damn, I need to keep doing this. I need to do it again. Like so
I
I
really
was
liked
yeah.
in the song when you talked about you kind of just call everybody out, like the industry and just our how social, like everyone's kind of in this fake bubble of like we go out, we meet all these people, we are so like indulged in our phones and we record all these experiences,
Yeah.
and for example, like we all like some of these people are rich as hell, but they're so empty, like
It's
so.
a lot of people like when I was writing Audemars, I remember I was just like I think I was looking at like concert videos and stuff like that. And I mean, everybody goes to concerts and they film. I've done it, like with my phone out and stuff like that.
Me too.
But like everybody does, because I mean, on one hand, you want to like be able to experience it again on your own, stuff like that. But
Exactly.
to me, nothing is more vivid than your own memory of something. You know what I mean? So
Mm, that's
my
so
take on it is like, yo, I wanna sit and I wanna like look at the stage, look at the artist,
yes,
I wanna hear all the like reflections and different stuff
yeah,
that they do from the recording and stuff. So I wrote that and I was like, yeah, like everybody's kind of focused on trying to film the moment instead of living in it. And I just like kind of took that idea and just kind of kept snowballing off of it. And that was like one of the first songs that like I was like, yeah, when I put this EP out, I have to put this song in there. It's got to be the first one because I want everybody to understand this is the message I want for y'all like to see. Like, I want you to put your headphones on and listen to this whole EP, not like
and
doing
it's
nothing
like you were
crazy.
talking it, like it's crazy because like to me it almost sounded like a conversation. To me it almost sounded like you were telling a friend, like just telling, like talking to a friend, like this is like what I'm seeing, like this just isn't real.
Yeah,
And I like that the song kind of ended like with a cliffhanger. To me, it did. Like you know how songs kind of just like end, but I was like, this one, hold up, this was like pink, and I was like, I was like, wait, what's next? So
I was like,
I
yeah,
love that.
I like that you noticed that because yeah, I wanted it to just kind of end very abruptly because like for me when I'm like I said like if you imagine being at a concert and you recording the whole thing by the time you actually put your phone down it might be over. Like it might be done. You might have missed the whole rest of the show, and then like all you have left is the pictures and stuff in your phone, and you like,
Okay.
what else? You know what I mean? So,
Gotcha. Awesome, awesome. So just congrats on all these amazing projects. Like, just gotta say that because you're doing it. You're doing your thing. So, what do you listen to after a function?
Actually, I mean, honestly, it depends on how I feel. It depends on where I came from, like what the function was about. Like if I'm drunk and I'm in the Uber or something like that, and I could be like plug something in like a playlist. I'm usually like listening to something that's got energy and
Yeah.
just
Okay.
keep me kind of awake. Cause I don't know if anybody else is like how I am, but like when you get kind of lit, the room be spinning. You know what I
I
mean?
get
Like
sleepy.
I was like for me, I be trying to stay awake because like a lot of times like I get I get this energy over me. I start thinking of stuff like that I could work on because I usually like to record like when I get back to the house, like even after like a late night and stuff like that. Like I
Hmm.
record late most of the time, so
Yeah.
be in there trying to like get myself pumped up and like hear stuff
Get
that
his own.
keep me awake,
Yeah.
but also too like I listen to a lot of like R&B and
Okay.
like um I'm not shy about like listening to anything. Like it depends. Like I said, it just depends on how I feel. Like the first song that
Find
comes to mind,
inspiration from anything. You never
yeah,
know.
the first song that comes to mind when I leave out of somewhere is probably the first. I'm gonna just play it immediately
Yeah.
and like kind of let that build and create its own kind of playlist and everything. But I definitely have like listened to the same song on repeat all the way home, like and just kind of listen to it over and over and over again.
That's me. So you're literally to the point where you're like, okay, I cannot listen to
I will sit and I like it don't matter what, like if I like a song enough, like I will have it. It'll be playing and I'll put it on repeat and then like I
this.
might even I might stop somewhere, get out the car and come back and like, all right, play it
All
again.
right.
Like
I do that with my friends when I like a song, and I think they're like, all right, like we get it.
I,
This is a new song.
I would listen to it. I would wear it out the song. Like,
I feel that. Okay. So, how do you feel your audio engineering background experience helps you in your music crafting process?
it's definitely like a really, really big help to be able to just record whenever
Yeah.
I feel like the urge to or feel like I said, like if I'm like I'm out somewhere and I want to go home like and record or go somewhere and like just like if I got my like equipment with me or something like that and I just want to set up somewhere, I can do that, and it helps me to not stop my creative flow. If I can just say, all right, I'm having this idea in my head. If I have to hold on to that idea until I can secure a studio session
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, like
That, yeah, that makes it harder.
I risk losing the whole like idea, you know what I'm saying, trying to get everything
Exactly.
together. And I think about it all the time, like, it's kind of like imagine you want to go to sleep, but you got to build your bed. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
really difficult to stay in that space if you have to involve so many
So
other
it could be
people.
limiting for other artists.
Yeah, so and it started as a just a out of necessity. Like I didn't have the money like when I was starting out. Like I didn't have the money to like book studio sessions and stuff like that. So I literally
I'm gonna
just
figure it out.
had to figure it out. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to lose the momentum I was having. Like I'm
Yeah.
having these ideas. I was always writing stuff, but I never was going all the way through with it. So I didn't want to have too many people involved in that process where I had to depend on others. And then that kind of helped me to just kind of say, all right, I should go to school for it. After I got like that passion behind it and was like, all right, yeah, I know that this is something I could really do. I started, looking for schools and stuff, and that whole experience, like, it really just kind of brought everything full circle because I was able to meet like-minded people. You know what I mean? Like people who
Okay.
are like more creative than academic. Because that's kind of how I always was. Like
Yeah.
school for me was like it was kind of rocky. It was not. It wasn't like what I'm saying. So I was like, yeah, I definitely like understand why that was. Like I just wasn't able to focus on the things that was in front of me because I had other things like that were working in my mind. So
Do you feel like do you catch certain things like from just like having that knowledge of engineering? Do you catch certain things that you feel like if you just only was an artist who they just wrote their music wouldn't catch, or you can like it's like you kind of like A&R yourself,
yeah,
like you kind of like.
I can hear something and I'll be like, oh, okay, this could sound good, but it's one thing to know that something has potential, but also to know what it takes to unleash it.
Exactly.
You know, so
Like you
learning
have
like
it down packed with the execution.
yeah, like learning the basics and stuff like that at the very beginning, like on my own, that helped me to understand that I couldn't do everything on my own. You know? Without learning more about it, either I was gonna have to get some help from other people, or I was gonna have to learn every part of the process. So it definitely helps like when I'm in, especially when I'm in like collaborative sessions and stuff where either I'm recording someone else or like an engineer is recording me now. I'm like, okay, I need this to be this way. You know what I'm saying? I can. It's a good help with the lingo to be like, all right, I want this to sound. I want more reverb on it, but if I want like a hall reverb, I want to play it. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to. It helps to have like some kind of knowledge about what you want so that y'all stay on the same page. And the same thing with the artists and stuff like that.
You can really forge the path you want to go in.
Yeah, it's really like definitely like a unknown kind of thing. Like you don't really know where you're going, but it's good to have some kind of idea of what you might encounter and stuff. So definitely like going to school was like one of the best things I could have did, especially like going through like the quarantine and stuff like that. Like I feel like my heart goes out to people that like have that depend on like studios or engineers and stuff like that because I know that like a lot of people weren't able to record the way that they used to or like able to go to studios and stuff like that as often as they were having ideas. So I'm like I know that I like really was blessed to kind of stay creative and stay like not really have my groove be rock too much when it comes to the recording.
That's good though. You think about the blessings, the positivity, like what you do have.
Definitely, you
To remind each other.
you gotta stay like, and you gotta stay grounded and make sure that you like are grateful for what's around you. Because if you're not grateful for what you have already, like it's hard to receive more.
You're always gonna be looking for more, and so you appreciate what you have and right in front. Like you have to love what you have first, and then you can appreciate anything else that comes after that. But wanted to ask you, do you view your sound as a part of a specific niche genre of music, or do you feel like it's it's kind of just like, how do I say it? So is it like a specific niche genre, or do you feel like you fall into a more general group?
It depends. Like for me, being in it, like I feel like it's like I'm submerged in like the kind of music that I make. Like I listen to like I'm gonna start by saying like when I'm in the creative process, I try not to listen to too much too much of other people's music because it's very easy to be influenced.
Miss Elliott said that.
I just like if I'm in a creative space, like if I feel like all right, I wanna do this, I wanna create. I try not to listen to like anybody else's music and stuff. But when I'm not in that space, like and I'm able to like after I've finished my projects or like finished work and stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this, and I usually gravitate towards stuff that I already make, like that kind of sound that fits in with what I'm like, kind of fits on it. So to me, I don't feel like it's a niche because, like I said, I'm surrounded by it. I hear it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've heard like a few people that will say like, it's a really like niche market, kind of like that early Frank Ocean, that kind of stuff like that. And I'm like, that's cool. Like I don't think that that's a bad thing at all. I feel like it helps to make people like kind of seek out your sound. You know what I mean? Like you said, like if it's a late night kind of thing, like then that means that my music has a place in your life every day. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be a
So
time.
you get those late night vibes for sure.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. Like yeah, like I said, like I mean, I create a lot of music at night, so it wouldn't make any sense for it to be, too different from that. So, yeah, the late night vibe, I definitely feel like that's like it definitely is me, like, because I'm in that kind of mix of just being like the sensual or like being really like personal and stuff like that. So like for me, I usually find myself making that kind of stuff because that's how I usually feel. That's how I best express my emotional, thoughts and stuff like that. So
gotcha.
if it's late night vibes, and that's what it is. I can't.
Magic happens.
Can't come back.
Oh man. But oh my god, what was I gonna say? Okay. What are the last 3 songs you listened to?
Last 3 songs we listened
Go to
to.
your phone. Go to your phone. I wanna see.
I see now it depends too because I listen to music on like all like Spotify,
Okay.
music everywhere.
You pick the platform.
I'm gonna see. Then we have to see like my last. I recently played. It's so funny. I see Nicki Minaj, Hard White. Let me see. Flower Child, Aura Blue. I was listening to
Okay.
singer Aura Blue. He's got this track with
So we got some R&B and hip hop.
R&B, hip hop, that kind of thing. And Chloe and Halle. I was listening to what's this song?
Love them.
I love Chloe and Halle too. Like,
Who would you want to make a collab with? Like, what artists right now are you thinking about that you're like, I would love to do a song with them. Like, I know if we go into the studio, we will kill it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like, I could go to the studio. I would love to work with SZA. I love like I feel like we would make like some really dope
A gem, like
I
a complete
I was
gem.
I would like I know that like it would go crazy because like she's already a really good artist and a amazing artist and vocalist and stuff, and her writing is dope too, and I feel like that's kind of inspiring to me.
Okay.
Who else? I definitely like. I feel like every artist probably feels the same way, but like if I could get a Beyonce collab somehow, get a Beyonce thing going, like that's necessary. I feel like that's necessary.
It's October 1st, 2020. Give us how long? What they gonna come back to this interview and be like,
like that's it. Like
full circle.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's like a milestone in your career for real. Like just to be like, one of the greatest performers and artists ever. Like saw something in what I was doing. So yeah, definitely like I don't know. Like it just like I'm so open to working with people more now than I was ever. Like because I've realized how much more you can create when you have like people to bounce ideas off of and stuff. So I don't know, I mean, I'm open to creating with a lot of. Oh, I know, I would love to work with Ty Dolla $ign too. Like,
Oh yeah, Ty's dope.
He's crazy. He's dope. I love the way he works. So.
What can we expect from Andy? Like, what's next? What's the next project? Are you working on next project? Are you just gonna do some? Are you teasing us with proof? Like, what's next?
Well, I definitely have been working a lot on putting together a project. Mostly, like some of the songs like that I've been working on recently have been like a lot of live instrumentation and kind of like going off of where I left with Proof, where like it was really just like a guitar and vocals and stuff, and kind of building on that. A lot of introspective songs, like a lot about like self-worth and like knowing like your power in the world. You know what I mean? And I wanted to make a lot of music that was like kind of badass, but still like really like romantic and heartfelt and stuff. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like that's kind of who I am. I'm such a like a lot of people don't really. Like I'm such a sweet. But like I always like I know that my persona kind of comes off really like stern and stuff like that. And I mean that's not necessarily wrong or bad, but I definitely wanted to like kind of play on that like softer sweetness and kind of under undertone about it. Um, I really really can't wait for people to hear the new music too that I'm working on. It's like it's out of this world to me. Like I'm really proud of myself. I can't lie. I'm happy.
They're proud of you too. Like you're doing it. You're killing it. And I just feel like musically, you know yourself, which is
really like that's definitely what it is. Like I want, and I think that's coming through like in the music too. Like for a long time, I was just kind of making music based on like what I thought was necessary. You know what I mean? Like I would spend a lot of time like just like, oh, okay, this sounds like such and such, and I know the people are like this. Like especially like before like I really found like my own personal like understanding of myself. Like now it's like all right, it's about self expression. It's about like just like leaving it all like you know what I'm saying. If I were to just say all right, I'm done making music, I would like to know that I put everything into the project that I'm doing. So
Yeah.
I ain't saying I'm doing that no time soon, but like I want to just make sure that like each project that I put into it's a fully fleshed out idea. You know what I mean? So I
Gotcha.
really want like I can't like definitely expect some new stuff soon because I'm
But can you? What's some inside scoop you could give us? I want an inside scoop. I'm not letting you leave without something.
yeah, you know, I mean, it might be something, might be like a little live, something coming up. It might like a little set, you know, where you can hear some old stuff and some new exclusive stuff too. I mean, you know, but I can't say too much. But
All
over
right.
the last couple, like over the quarantine and stuff like that, like having that opportunity to make like the live, like doing like live shows and stuff in in your own setting and stuff like that, building your own setting and stuff, it's been pretty dope. So definitely looking to put some stuff like that out. And so
Or do you have any cool creative ideas for some live shows that you want to do? Like, would you switch location? Like,
oh yeah, I would love to do more like kind of like stuff on location where like it would like just kind of if I could have like a super duper long extension cord and go into like the field somewhere in the woods or like just do stuff like that and like
uh,
kind of be like really centered and connected with like just the surroundings and stuff and just like kind of vibe and just like that would be dope to me.
I
You
think
know,
you're gonna need a drone for that. That'd be so dope. Like a
hey, yeah,
drone view.
definitely stuff like you know, I want to try you know and just kind of even just breaking out the box and like doing some stuff that's really just like different. You know what I mean? So you know, you gotta stay tuned. You know, it's a lot of stuff that's
I'm staying tuned. We're staying tuned at Bask and our audience too because I'm just excited to see what's gonna come, and I'm gonna be wearing your music out. So
please do overnight, late night, early morning, all that every
yeah,
day.
thank you, Andy. Thank you so much for your time, just sitting down talking about your music. And like I said, I'm so excited. And anything else? Like, what's something else you want to tell us? Because I love talking to you.
I don't know. I mean, we can go. We can just continue. I didn't
Are
plan.
you coming to New York? That's what I'm gonna leave it at. Are you coming to New York soon?
I just left New York actually. Like, I just was there.
So I just we missed you.
Yeah, just missed me. I was there like last. I think week before last. Like you know, doing. I went there with some friends and stuff, and like they had stuff to do. I was trying to do a couple of things too, and like my birthday was on the 25th September, so I was like, all right, might as well just all go to New York. But I definitely want to come and perform in New York. I haven't done like a show in New York before. And I definitely want to like do something like that, like kind of bring the R&B crowd out, bring the rap crowd out, and just kind of like
And
have a
you have fans of the Bronx because this is everyone who loves R&B music. I swear the Bronx is here. I know Brooklyn and Manhattan and Harlem. I get them. They don't,
right.
but like I'm repping the Bronx, so you gotta come to the Bronx.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. Like I want to come and do like a nice show there and just kind of connect with people out there too. But yeah, I mean, as far as me, like like I said, you gotta stay tuned. The project is coming soon. Some nice, live stuff coming soon
Can we
too.
expect like an early 2021 release, or what timeline are we looking at?
I ain't saying I'm not gonna.
I ain't gonna tell. Okay, you're
I'm
over.
I'm not gonna give you no date. Sometimes I'm gonna just say very soon.
Okay,
Be on, keep your eyes peeled. You know what I'm saying?
we'll be watching. We'll be waiting.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you and Bass and everybody. Like, I definitely appreciate y'all, taking time out, chat with me and everything. It's been dope. It's been cool. It's been fun. It's just been fun.
Everyone, please wait before you go give out your handles, give out everything. Tell them where they can follow you, stream your music, what platforms are you on?
Real simple. If you can find me on all social media at AndyZ6. That's AndyZonE6. You can find me on streaming platforms. There's AndyZ6. You can find all my music there on any streaming platform you think of. I'm probably there. YouTube also. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube and AndyZ6. And there's a lot of stuff that's coming to YouTube too. So make sure that you're really tuned in to the YouTube channel. So, but yeah, everything else is AndyZ6. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Andy. Have a good one.